on Blake Lively's claims that she was allegedly harassed by this guy when they shot the movie It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence. And was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just an actress in it.
Ryan Reynolds, has seemingly done, right, is used his power and influence to not only help Blake Lively take over this movie, he's used it, on Deadpool to make fun of Justin Baldoni.
There's just so much more to the story, and the media's already like self-flagellating. Oh, we were too mean to Blake. And now you see text messages from Blake Lively comparing herself.
Oh, I'm Deadpool. And I guess you're Deadpool too. But in here, everybody calls me Nice Pool. Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and can't even tell. I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist.
Ryan Reynolds just got the shock of his career. Marvel has allegedly fired him after Deadpool 3 sparked major controversy. The film's brutal jab at Justin Baldoni may have gone too far, and now it looks like Disney is cutting ties, costing him his biggest role yet. Let's break it all down. Reports suggest that Deadpool 3 included a scene that seemed to take a direct shot at Justin Baldoni, hinting at his ongoing legal feud with Blake Lively. For those who don't know, Baldoni and Lively have been locked in a $400 million lawsuit over creative control of It Ends With Us, the highly anticipated movie adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. The lawsuit has been a Hollywood spectacle, with both sides accusing each other of manipulation, betrayal, and dishonesty. While the exact nature of the joke hasn't been officially confirmed, speculation is running wild. Some insiders claim it was nothing more than an innocent inside joke that spiraled out of control, while others believe it was a calculated and deliberate jab at Justin Baldoni's ongoing legal battle. This moment in Deadpool 3 has sparked a major controversy that no one saw coming. According to reports, there's a specific scene in the film where Deadpool, true to his character's signature humor, breaks the fourth wall and delivers a snarky remark about a certain director. The line, something along the lines of, "Oh, don't mind him, he's just dealing with a little legal trouble over a film no one asked for." While Baldoni's name is never explicitly mentioned, the timing and wording of the joke have led Hollywood insiders to believe it's a not-so-subtle dig at him. The reference was enough to send social media into a frenzy, with fans dissecting every possible hidden meaning behind the line. But was this just another example of Ryan Reynolds' signature humor, or was there something more calculated behind the joke? After all, Reynolds is known for being clever with his comedy. Could this be his way of making light of the situation surrounding Baldoni, or was it an intentional move meant to undermine him in the industry? Adding fuel to the fire, some sources claim that the joke wasn't just a random moment of improv. It was included in multiple versions of the script. If true, this suggests that it wasn't just an off-the-cuff remark, but something planned well in advance. This has led to even more speculation about whether Reynolds and the Deadpool 3 team knew exactly what they were doing when they left that line in. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni has remained silent on the matter. Some believe his silence is strategic, as responding could only escalate the situation further. Others, however, think he may be waiting for the right moment to address the jab, especially if it starts affecting his reputation or career opportunities. Was this just another classic Ryan Reynolds joke? This is where things get messy. The Baldoni Lively lawsuit has divided Hollywood, with some actors and executives quietly picking sides behind the scenes. Lively's claim is that she was pressured into creative decisions that she didn't support, while Baldoni insists she was enthusiastic until the public backlash made her change her story. Disney shocked everyone when it officially backed Baldoni, sending in its powerful legal team to support him against Lively. The move immediately raised eyebrows. Why would Disney, a company that usually stays far away from personal disputes, choose to intervene? Baldoni has been on Disney's radar for years, with rumors suggesting that the studio sees him as a potential long-term creative partner. If Disney is investing in Baldoni's future, then any bad press he gets could hurt the company's own interests. And if Disney has already aligned itself with Baldoni, it makes sense that they wouldn't be happy about a Marvel movie, one of their biggest franchises, joking about him. This brings us back to the Deadpool controversy. If the joke was just a throwaway line, why is Marvel in damage control mode? Insiders claim that Disney's top executives immediately ordered the joke to be removed from the film, fearing it would create unnecessary backlash and damage Baldoni's reputation even further. But here's where things get even more suspicious. Some reports suggest that Ryan Reynolds himself was told to tone it down moving forward. Ryan Reynolds is known for pushing boundaries, especially with the Deadpool franchise. He's the heart and soul of the character, and Marvel originally promised that Deadpool 3 would remain as wild and uncensored as ever. But if Disney is now censoring him over a single joke, what does that mean for the rest of the movie? Some insiders claim that Reynolds is frustrated with the interference and that Disney's strict oversight could be clashing with his creative vision. Others are even speculating that Marvel might be looking for ways to distance itself from Reynolds, though that seems unlikely given his star power. The bigger concern now is Deadpool 3 itself. If Disney is willing to censor a single joke about Baldoni, what else might they change? Deadpool is supposed to be offensive, risky, and completely unfiltered, but if the studio starts watering it down, fans might not get the movie they were promised. Some reports even claim that Disney is quietly pushing for major rewrites to remove anything that could be considered too controversial, which has left diehard Deadpool fans outraged. This entire situation exposes a massive double standard. Disney had no problem stepping in to support Baldoni's lawsuit, but now that one of their biggest stars might have crossed the line, they're suddenly enforcing strict censorship. Fans are already calling out Disney for playing favorites, especially since Ryan Reynolds has been one of the most valuable assets Marvel has had in years. If Disney is willing to turn on Reynolds just to protect Baldoni, what does that say about the company's priorities? As of now, neither Disney nor Ryan Reynolds have made any public statements addressing the growing controversy, but that hasn't stopped fans and industry insiders from speculating about what's really going on behind the scenes. The longer Disney and Reynolds remain silent, the more questions arise. Was this joke an innocent misstep, or was it something more intentional? And perhaps more importantly, what kind of fallout could it create for Reynolds and his future with Marvel? According to inside sources, Ryan Reynolds is reportedly unhappy with how the situation is being handled. While he's known for his sharp, irreverent humor, he may not have anticipated just how much backlash this particular joke would generate. While it seems highly unlikely that Marvel would outright fire Reynolds, given that he is the face of Deadpool and a major box office draw, it wouldn't be surprising if this controversy led to changes in his working relationship with the studio. Marvel has been known to maintain strict control over its brand image, and any controversy that risks damaging the franchise's reputation is something they take very seriously. If the studio feels that Reynolds' edgy humor is becoming a liability, they could start limiting his creative input, reducing his influence over the character, or even pushing him toward a smaller role in future MCU projects. Additionally, there's the looming question of how this controversy could impact Deadpool 3 itself. The film has already faced its fair share of challenges, from production delays due to industry strikes to the immense pressure of bringing the Deadpool franchise into the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the first time. Now, with the added controversy surrounding Ryan Reynolds' alleged mockery of Justin Baldoni, there's growing concern that Marvel may be forced to make edits to avoid further backlash. If that happens, it could have significant consequences not just for the film's tone and content, but also for its future movies and overall reception. Historically, Deadpool has thrived on its irreverent, no-holds-barred humor, pushing boundaries in ways that other superhero films wouldn't dare. Fans love the franchise precisely because it refuses to play it safe. However, with Deadpool 3 now under Disney's banner, the question of whether Marvel will allow the character to remain as edgy as before has been a major topic of discussion from the start. This latest controversy only adds to those concerns. If Marvel decides that the joke in question or other elements of the film cross the line, they may demand changes to tone down the humor or remove any references that could be seen as problematic. More importantly, Marvel's handling of this situation could have long-term effects on audience perception. If the studio chooses to censor or soften Deadpool 3 in response to controversy, it risks alienating the very fans who made the franchise such a massive success in the first place. Deadpool has always stood apart from other superhero films because of its fearless R-rated comedy and self-awareness. Any attempt to tone that down, especially to avoid industry politics, could lead to backlash from die-hard fans who feel the franchise is losing its identity. On the other hand, if Marvel allows the film to move forward unchanged, it could also face criticism from those who believe the joke in question was inappropriate. This puts the studio in a tricky position. Do they prioritize protecting their brand's family-friendly image, or do they stay true to the Deadpool franchise's unique appeal? Either decision comes with risks, and the studio will have to tread carefully in how they handle the situation. At this point, Deadpool 3 is at a crossroads. Will Marvel stand by Ryan Reynolds' creative choices, or will they step in and make edits to avoid controversy? Will fans embrace the film no matter what, or will they feel betrayed if the final product doesn't live up to their expectations? With tensions running high and the film's release on the horizon, all eyes are on Marvel and Disney to see how they navigate this unexpected storm. With the controversy surrounding Deadpool 3 growing bigger by the day, the biggest question now is, what happens next? Will Disney continue to protect Justin Baldoni at all costs, standing firm on their decision to remove the joke? Or will they realize that censoring Deadpool, a franchise built on irreverence, parody, and breaking the fourth wall, could be a massive mistake? Fans are already voicing their concerns, with many worried that Disney's interference could fundamentally change Deadpool 3. If audiences feel like the film has been watered down just to avoid backlash, the response could be brutal. One of the main reasons Deadpool became such a beloved franchise was because it refused to play by Hollywood's rules. It made fun of the industry, took jabs at real-life celebrities, and embraced an edgy, unfiltered style that other superhero films couldn't. But if Disney starts policing what Ryan Reynolds and the creative team can joke about, it raises an even bigger concern. Where does it end? Would this mean future Deadpool films will be forced to remove any joke that could offend someone in the industry? Will Marvel's most unpredictable R-rated hero be forced to play it safe, just to fit within the family-friendly image Disney is known for? Fans worry that if Deadpool starts being censored, it could lose the very essence of what made it a success in the first place. For now, all we know is that the controversial joke was officially removed, and Marvel is doing everything it can to distance itself from further drama. But that doesn't mean the problem is going away anytime soon. If anything, the removal of the joke has only fueled more debate, with many questioning whether Marvel acted out of genuine concern or if they were pressured by powerful Hollywood figures behind the scenes. Meanwhile, all eyes are on Ryan Reynolds. Will he stay silent and accept the changes Disney is making to Deadpool, or will he push back against what some are calling corporate censorship and fight to keep Deadpool as unfiltered as ever? Reynolds has long been the driving creative force behind the franchise, and he's never been one to hold back his opinions. So if he's unhappy with how Disney is handling things, we might see him speak out soon. At the same time, Marvel is under pressure to smooth things over. The studio can't afford another PR disaster, especially with the film already facing production delays and sky-high expectations from fans. They'll need to find a way to reassure audiences that Deadpool is still Deadpool, without alienating those who were offended by the joke in the first place. And then there's the biggest question of all. Could this controversy actually impact Ryan Reynolds' future with Marvel? If tensions between him and Disney continue to rise, is it possible that Deadpool 3 could be his last appearance in the MCU? While it's unlikely that Marvel would completely cut ties with Reynolds, given how much he's done for the franchise, it's not impossible that they could start limiting his creative control or even consider recasting the character in future films. One thing is for sure, this situation is far from over. Fans, industry insiders, Hollywood power players are all watching closely to see how Disney, Marvel, and Ryan Reynolds handle the fallout. Will Deadpool 3 survive the controversy, or has this drama already changed the franchise forever? The battle lines are drawn, and the fallout from this controversy is just beginning.